Dark Envoy wants to be a beautiful, tactical, real-time strategy RPG with a heavy emphasis of lore and a very well-told story. That is at least the impression I got from the Steam page and the story trailer and some Twitter tweets, so to speak, where I actually came across this game a while ago. And I really wanted to try this out because I saw some tweets from the two main voice actors and they seem to be very hyped and they really put in their everything into that. So I'm very much interested to try out Dark Envoy now. I had a look at the screenshots, very beautiful. Also, just here at the beginning, I'm gonna turn down the in-game volume just a bit for you guys. Maybe it's just on my end that it's a bit too loud. I hope it's not too quiet now for you guys. You know, I'm a little bit insecure there. But yeah, I quickly had a look at the in-game menu. This intro music is already very amazing. I'm very much hyped. This screams very high quality. This music, wow, is amazing. I like this already. Tells a story. They are very connected to each other. Looking to the city, also beautiful. So one thing first though. Before I hit recording, I intended to play this with a controller. So I went in here with the main menu, started up my controller, and could already navigate seamlessly with my controller here in the menu. So it accepted, it saw my controller. Then I went into the settings menu and my controller absolutely broke. And I even restarted this, and now the game, the demo, somehow does not recognize my controller anymore. That's kind of weird. So there's that. I would assume that this is something that will be fixed main game. But yeah, let's have a quick glance at the options menu. So this game also has a heavy emphasis, at least via the Steam page and the marketing, on cooperative gameplay. If you want to play this with at least one other person or in a group, as you can see, you can join a group, you can host something. I'm gonna play it alone. There I switched to German for a second, but I like that it already gives you here some options with the player nickname and everything. Not sure if it matters for the main game, I hope not, but let's change at least the nickname. Also interface, we have a lot of options. I'm always a big fan of this. Yeah, let's look minimap rotation. Can we please makes the minimap displays its contents at fixed angle? Yeah, I don't know. Please tell me, guys, if you enjoy. Actually, I'm gonna change it here in the game. Master volume, let's have this maybe at 80%. I hope it's not too quiet now for you guys, but it's definitely too loud for me. So, but again, let's go back to the very important thing. I'm always baffled. At least, maybe it's just my personal preference, but I heavily, every time, always get disoriented, get annoyed, and just baffled when people have minimaps in their games, or games have minimaps in themselves, and it rotates with itself. And here's the default settings. So first up, thank you very much that you give me the option to lock this, because I can't with the rotating minimap. It's a curse. And please tell me honestly if that's something that you enjoy. I know that sometimes that's also default settings, and it's such a weird thing in so many games, but that's something that I honestly don't understand. Maybe it's just a preference thing, most likely it is, but yeah, please tell me if you prefer these rotating minimaps, why exactly, and what the science maybe is behind all of that. I'm very interested to know about this, but for me, it's just, it has to be locked. I can't with a rotating minimap. It's just, why? I want to understand, but I can't right now. So, display settings, we have some here, frame rate, graphics. I'm actually gonna go with this because the game with the screenshot seems to be on the upper end for this kind of genre. And again, I kind of have a potato PC, so sorry guys that you won't see this game in full 100% perfect settings. I'm just gonna go with medium, and I just noticed that bloom is activated from the get-go. Okay, I don't want to change my quality, we can go with custom. Interesting that you can't change this here. Usually in most games, if I would take out the bloom, it would automatically set to custom, but I guess I can only manually change it if I go to custom. Yeah, then I can. Yeah, sure, go with medium. Do I dare high? Ooh, I don't know. I dare it for now. Let's see. We might change this to medium though. Oh, come on. Sorry, I need to have an even number here. 80% input. I do like this. A lot of options. Not for the controller, maybe if I have it plugged in. But yeah, as I told earlier, it doesn't recognize my controller anymore. So let's hit new game and let's have a look what Dark Envoy is about in our first impression together. And with this, welcome. I'm JustDaZack and I want to show you guys a hopefully interesting video game almost every day here on the channel. Man, I really enjoyed this music. Also, yeah, nice loading screen, a lot of details. So the art style or the art design on this is also very well done. Oh, we actually get to customize our characters. This is awesome. With a lot of details, a little bit of loading here, but again, my PC is a little bit older, so sure. And we can define classes. Okay, I thought this was more in a somewhat casual style, but this really seems to be a full-fledged RPG then, right? Alright. Man, this is also very nice. I'm gonna go with the default characters with a little bit of a tweak. First off, for me, it's always important where's eye colors. It has to be green. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play around a little bit with this. See you guys in a second. Alright, I created my very own Malachi, so the names seem to be set in stone, which is totally fine. Yeah, this is what I changed a little bit. Eye color, just very basic, but for me the most important thing usually is to have green eyes in these games. That has to be a thing. I kept Kayla at the default thing. Let's see what happens if we switch to classes. We can actually set a class for both of them, right? Oh, man, this is awesome. So we have Warrior, Ranger, Engineer, and Adept. Warrior probably has a dash ability, Iron Skin. Ranger, Toxic Bomb, Phantom Roll. Ooh. Roll in a chosen direction, leaving behind a toxic grenade that explodes after 1 second, dealing damage and inflicting slow. Status Synergy, inflicts immobilize. Interesting. Or Engineer. Oh man, our guy lost an arm already. Didn't see that earlier. I guess this also explains why he had a scar, maybe. So what do we have? I mean, we know Warrior and Ranger from most games, but maybe Engineer and Adept is a little bit more interesting. He has a robot arm, or at least an artificial arm, so he has to be the Adept. Shock Bolt, Charge Ground. So you will be the Engineer, please. There we go. Technomancer, Constructor, Inquisitor, Mana Smith. So we even have subclasses. Nice. What are the subclasses on the Warrior? Guardian, Assassin, Blade Master, Praetor. Ooh, the Ranger. Even we have some different sounds when we select these classes. I like this. Sharpshooter, Gunslinger, Bounty Hunter, Chaos Walker. Oh man, these also sound very cool. But let's go with an Engineer for him. And Kayla is gonna be an Adept. Elementalist, Combat Medic, Summoner. Oh yes! Chaos Shot. What kind of summoner? Actually summoning? Druidic Adept, who uses the bond with spirits to summon them onto the battlefield. Yes, as a last resort, they can become a living vessel, turning the body into a mighty colossus. Oh, nice. Like this. Okay, attributes. We actually have attributes as well. Nice. I have no idea. So with our classes, we have a little bit of a stat difference. I like this. Oh man, fully fledged RPG. I honestly, guys, again, this is my usually with my first impressions, especially on demos, I go in with I have seen the screenshots, I've seen the trailer, I've seen a little bit of a tweet. That's about it. I saw some cool inventory in the screenshots. That's about it. I didn't anticipate a fully fledged RPG with like stats and everything and classes. I am very much way more intrigued right now. I love this. So weapon damage, attack speed, endurance. Okay, let's make a selection and then I'm gonna see you guys in the next screen. So I made my selection with the attribute points. I have to admit it would be nice to get like a rough recommendation on what class probably wants which attributes. I mean, I'm playing a lot of RPGs, and especially with these unique classes, or at least the engineer, for example, it's not that easy to tell. And you always have to assume that there's people who have never played an RPG before, and this is their very first one. And this might be a little bit overwhelming. So I thought, okay, Kayla is the adept, so more of a mage. So I allocated my points. I subtracted one with might and speed, so 4 each. So she doesn't really deal that much damage with a weapon. She's not that fast. Endurance I left at the base value of 5. And then I cranked up her mastery to 10, which gives her 25% extra critical damage. Also more some lifesteal apparently and mana regen of +1. And a little bit more points into power, because I think I really want to use her magic, right? Some mana regen, more mana and more power of her skill sounds appropriate for mage. And I was not sure what to do with our engineer, honestly. So I thought maybe it's gonna be might, which probably is also an important skill for a warrior. For warrior it would be easy, probably might endurance. So he's an engineer, he has skills, but he has a rifle. So I thought, you know what, let's leave everything else at the base value and maybe put in +5 into might. So my critical chance increases by 5, weapon damage by 15%, and the weapon skill level, I'm not quite sure what this is, but that's the level 10 cap of this attribute, is increased by 1. So we can see all the stats to the right. Final DPS 9.6, 8.3, skill power 25%, cooldown reduction -4%, weapon damage, all the stats. I do like this. Armor 18, magic shield, main hand 19, 0.44, attack per second or something, I guess. So 32 damage, 0.3, so it's more. I hope this is appropriate. I feel somewhat confident with Kayla. I have not sure about Malachi. Maybe this is very bad. I don't know. That's a try. As someone who plays quite a few RPGs, also tabletops, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I went with this. Let's see what equipment is about. Oh, we have a lot of equipment choices. I like this. So select equipment. Artificer set. Oh, okay. We essentially select the sets, it seems. Rifleman set, which has some basic leather gloves, basic leather boots. The Artificer set with a crossbow, also like a ring, for example, protection ring, okay. Boulder launcher, starting skill. Launches boulders at all enemies in a cone, dealing 100% weapon damage and inflicting immobilize 4 seconds. This, for example, has the white blast, blasts all enemies in a cone, dealing 100% weapon damage and inflicting slow for 4 seconds. The caster is pushed away from the target. Or the shock trooper, which has a mace and a shield. Interesting that this is a thing with the engineer. I like this. Or maybe the pistol. The front line, which has a shield and a pistol. Also very cool combination. Shield bash ability. But I didn't really put any points into endurance. So I guess I don't want to have frontline or shock trooper. I guess I'm gonna stick with the rifle then. Let's hope this kind of works. So, yeah, we don't really have a melee guy. So both of our characters right now want to destroy the enemies until they get close. I don't know. Let's see if this works. How about our Kayla? Select caster set, battle mage set, scryer, or monk set. Oh, we could also go into melee with her. You can really go with a lot of build varieties, right? Cool. But yeah, she doesn't have any endurance, so most likely not this. Scryer set, also interesting. Prism, two-handed. Interesting, has a range as well. Battle mage. But battle mage also seems like she wants to get somewhat closer, so I guess we want to go with the caster set. We really want to use her skills. Elven ring, +4% electricity, +4% burn, and 0 shield, and 5 something else. Can't click at this? Sure, let's go with these recommended things. We could also hide the headgear if you don't have a helmet or something interesting. Let's have a look at the summary. That's our characters. Malachi the engineer, Kayla the adept. Let's start the game. Let's see what this is about. Ooh, difficulty. I'm gonna go with normal, the default game mode meant for experienced RPG players. Yes. Control mode, RPG or RTS. RPG control scheme based on classic CRPG games. Left click to select, left click to issue command, right click to rotate camera. Or RTS, control scheme based on RTS and MOBA games. Left click to select, right click to issue command, alt to rotate camera. I guess RPG, if I go with my preferred, I have no idea. Left click to select, left click to issue command. I guess let's go with RPG. RTS. I mean, I do play RTS, but I don't really play MOBAs. So, I don't know. Let's go with this selection. I guess it's something you have to try. Somewhere in the desert. We were brought here from nothingness, armed with little more than our grit and resolve. From that point on, we all became travelers of Jan, set by unknown.
Jan, an ancient world full of life. From the humble to the deadly, to the innocent and the malevolent. But while the game of survival has always been played, since the dawn of time there has always been balance, harmony, even in life and death. That was until a new race arrived. Some called them refugees, others called them friends. Still others called them foolish, but most simply called them human. Some claim they were once an advanced, enlightened species. Others swear barbarism and violence is all humanity has ever known. Wherever they came from, whatever past may be debated, today they are responsible for the single largest unified empire Jan has ever known, and the greatest war the realm has ever seen. The war rages between the technologically based human empire and the magically aligned United League of all races. The racial and ideological divide between these two worlds is too wide to bridge. There is little hope for any reconciliation. This is the total war. There can be only one victor here. The other side will be ground to dust. Only few places throughout the entire continent are yet untouched by the conflict. One such place, built on the remains of long-forgotten ruins, known as the City of Bones. Home to a ragtag team of ancient relic hunters, Malachi, the hot-headed adventurer, and his reasonable, compassionate sister Kayla. Two innocent wasteland kids who will learn that when the entire world burns, everyone has a role to play.
Whispering Sands. Not exactly my favorite place in the world.
Can't say I'm surprised. Not every day someone ends up unconscious in a scorpion nest.
Huh. Thank you for reminding me of that cherished memory, dear sister. Anyway, since we're here to check the entrance seals again, why don't we split up to cover the grounds faster?
Alright, activity was reported by the northern entrance, so let's meet up near the ruins, just in case.
I'm sure it's just the usual scavengers, but okay, fine. We'll check the side entrances separately and then meet up.
Oh, and while you're at it, try not to sit on any scorpion eggs this time. It's really not good for your health.
Oh, dear sister, I didn't know you cared. That's so nice of you.
Of course I do, Mal. And besides, I'd rather not have to explain it to Mom again.
Yeah, last time was pretty rough. You know, I didn't think I'd ever see her lose her temper.
Do you blame her? You were green, puking all over, and half dead when I dragged you back home. Come on, let's get on with it if we want to be back before nightfall.
Alright, let me... let me turn up the volume maybe just a bit. Hope the dialogue was still good and fine for you guys. Maybe like this. Let's go back to the game. Camera movement to move the camera. Oh, whoa, the camera is fast. Alright, okay, that's something I have to get used to. WSU is... I didn't click anything. Why did you move? I legitimately didn't click anything. To move the camera, move the cursor to the screen's edge and press the arrow keys or hold the middle mouse button. Hold Alt or the right mouse button to rotate the camera. I have RPG mode selected. If I use the right mouse button, nothing happens. These controls can be changed at the settings. If I use Alt, nothing happens. So I can't rotate the camera, or do I need to close this menu? Nope. I legitimately cannot rotate the camera, and wow, this is like surprisingly fast. Guess it's fine once you get used to it, but wow. Also the dialogue with a, this is the total war that can never be changed. And now with the characters, alright. I mean, it's not bad, but it's certainly corny. Let's go with that. If I click, check on the first rune entrance, I have to select them, and I click, and nothing happens. And that's bad. I would like to move my character. He moved once. I can use...
Gotcha.
Oh, that now! Huh. Now it works. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Okay, we can explore or have a look at the statue. A statue of the ancients. One of the many remnants of the mysterious disappearance. Okay, there's an enemy with a view cone, it seems.
Why not?
Interesting. Can I just shoot it immediately? Check on the attack. So we have these skills. Don't see me. I'm just gonna left click. Shoot, nice. Yeah, you thought. Detection range. All enemies out of combat have a detection range. When you move into it, you get spotted and combat starts. Well, just gotta shoot them before that. Now, right click also. What? Why didn't it work before? I'm so confused.
Let's get going.
Let's get going. And shoot! Oh, that wasn't enough. 32 damage. Combat basics. To attack, click an enemy with the right mouse button, RTS mode, or the left mouse button. I did that. To use a skill, click on the icons or press the corresponding keybind. Most skills also require you to choose a target. Read skill description to learn more. When combat begins, the tactical mode automatically turns on. It slows... I couldn't read that. I didn't click anything. I guess it slows down time? Why was that skipped? Oh, he attacked automatically again, apparently. All changes to a character's HP health points are represented on its HP bar. The gray part of an HP bar is a magic shield that regenerates out of combat. Some effects grant temporary HP, marked as light green, that degrades over time. You can only gain temporary HP when wounded, up to your maximum HP value. And, oh, there's another one, and I apparently got damaged. Tactical mode. When combat begins, the tactical mode automatically turns on. It slows time, allowing you to better appraise your situation and issue orders. You can press the spacebar to turn it on or off. The tab key switches between slow motion and pause. Okay, let's actually press... Usually you press space to pause, but sure. Okay, so this didn't disappear. This just got overshadowed by another window. Okay, there's an enemy behind me. That was a lot. Okay, a little bit uncommon that you can't pause the game with space, but just turn on the combat. I would prefer it to be the other way around, but I guess you could just change that in the input menu, right? And the options menu. So, not really a problem. Can I use my skills? Yeah, let's use the shock bolt and see what happens. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. Seems like in a proper RPG, this thing just disappeared. In the sense, they keep attacking automatically and you use the skills, which is fun. I like this, sure. Okay, there is a teleport. Just a random teleport. Waypoints. Interact with waypoints to quickly return to previously explored locations. Yeah. There's something and there's something.
Let's get going.
But what sees me? Oh, this guy over there. Oh no, he saw me! The game is paused. So I guess I want to stop the... No, I would need to move. I want to shoot normally. I need to move as well. Okay, shoot! Fire! Oh no, he's doing something. Wait, shock bolt. Okay. Gonna just pause from time to time instead of slowing it down, I guess. Okay, keep shooting. Oh, from the side as well. It's fine. We're gonna shoot once more. No, wait, you're gonna use this. White blast! Go! Pew! This is cool! Physical statuses. Many skills and effects inflict physical statuses displays on a bar near the unit. A status inflicted on your character is marked by an icon near the portrait. Hover over the icon to learn more about it. You can find status description in the Codex tab of the player menu. Got it. Charge ground. Generate a charge ground that deals 20 electric damage and inflicts charge on all enemies in a 8-meter radius drawn path. Creates a surface that deals 10 damage and inflicts 20 charge counters per second. I don't know what charge and what charge counters do, but sure. W? If I just press it, is he gonna do it? Oh, we destroy the enemies, but I would like to use this. I can't. Oh, wait, I got a left click, okay. Eh? No? So I can't do it right now out of camera, apparently. Oh, kind of sad. What if I move into this? I'm getting slowed down. Okay. Good thing. It would be... Or I'm getting completely... I can't do anything. Could this please go away? I can't move. Okay, I guess I really have to wait until it's completely over. I can't move at all. So much for slowing down. 1 second. Well, you're kind of lying to me with 1 second. Maybe if I use my... No, now I can move. Huh. Okay, now it works. Or is it maybe that my character gets deselected? Yeah. And with 1 I can select... Oh, you have... Okay. That's why I couldn't move early on, because my character wasn't selected. Open the chest. Ooh, we have some loot. Basic boots, chest plate, iron, soul core. I'm gonna take it all. Inventory menu. Let's see. Basic leather boots, 5.8. These have 2.5. No, they are worth. Oh man, I want to have more gear. Fair. Oh man, there's a weight limit. Oh no. Okay, let's go out. Shock bolt? No, I just want to move on. Okay, and now we can also... Okay, I understand. I start to understand. Okay, the treasure was underwhelming, but it was also only the first one, so not too much of an issue. Cover, right? Pause the game. Units in cover receive 50% less damage from ranged attacks. Covers may break after blocking too many strikes. Units don't benefit from cover if they are engaged with melee combatants. Okay, let's go to this. So I guess I would assume that the exploding cactus explodes when damaged, dealing moderate damage and inflicting bleed on nearby units. Stinger. Scorpion Reek, Ruby Lasher. I don't know. Attack this one. Go! From there, go. Yeah. Fire! Bam! Now we want to use the shock bolt, please. Oh, that was a complete waste. Shoot. Oh god, element. Am I still in cover? I'm not sure, honestly. Can I see if I'm on cover? Wait, no, I want to pause. No! Oh, tab to pause. Okay, if I would play the full game, I would change that in the options menu, but it's fine for the demo. I can't see if I'm in cover right now. I mean, it's highlighted, so I would assume so. Elemental statuses. Unlike physical statuses, elemental statuses are inflicted encounters that drop over time. The status is applied only when a character accumulates 100 counters. Elemental statuses are paired into opposites. See more in Codex. If opposite status counters are inflicted, they will cancel one another. So I guess I got like a poison counter, I would assume. Well, just keep shooting, I guess. There we go. Oh man, that hurts! Okay, I gotta select you again. Tactical environments. Freaking sand things. Explosives cacti are a type of tactical environment. Hover over them to learn more. Keep an eye out for objects. Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna take the loot, please. I wanna have the loot. Nice, soul core. I'm gonna shoot this anyway, just in case. I don't wanna run in there. Is there a highlight button? But so far everything was always highlighted, right? So, shoot. There we go. It would actually be nice in the difference between like MOBA mode. I can't pause the game in this mode. Interesting. In the difference between MOBA mode and RTS mode, or MOBA mode and RPG mode actually, because MOBA mode is RTS mode, sorry. Because right now this is essentially, the skills are also in a CQV. Super weird. I think if you use WS3 in a MOBA, that's normal. But this is a MOBA layout, right? Key layout. It would be very nice. I would dare to assume if you are in RPG mode, you're more used to have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for example, instead of CQV. I think this makes sense in a MOBA setting, which you could choose, which I did not choose. But in RPG, I would expect that this is 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm being used to, having played, well, RPGs for 30 years now. Dead body. This person was shot in the back. It appears he was trying to run away from someone.
Huh.
Healing fountain. Healing fountains are...
Trusty old, or dare I say, ancient healing fountains?
It's nice that there's voice acting. It's not nice if you have a pop-up in the tutorial message and a dialogue from the character reading. This is not very well timed. This is annoying. Healing fountain. Healing fountains are the main means of regaining lost HP. Still just a Nitpick, but yeah, why? Each fountain can be used limited number of times as indicated by the green bars. Sure, yeah. I'll like to be healed. Thank you very much. Let's appreciate it. There's some loot over there on the minimap. Just imagine this would be... Whoa. Rotating. There's line of sight as well. There's this cacti. There's an outlaw. Gonna move here and gonna start with this. Let's not ask questions. Shoot first, right? Go. Fire him. He's stunned, I guess. Poor guy. Oh man, he has a lot of HP. Did my charge damage him? Maybe not enough. Oh, I think he's bugged out. He doesn't even notice me. I just shot like 4 times at him. Poor guy.
Cover me. Shouldn't have messed with me.
Dodge that grenade there. Yeah, okay. The AI also needs a little bit of a polish until the game release. It took him some time to notice me there, I think. Scavenger's note. Ooh. A handwritten note with a poorly drawn portrait attached to it. Beware of this guy. He's a liar. Promised good deals. Gave us some counterfeit crap. Down to business with him. Sadly, the portrait barely resembles a human to begin with. Lore notes. All notes can be found in the codex. Okay. Just... okay. Some gauntlets. Some other random loot. Let's see. Everything is the same. I mean, with the host and so, I wouldn't be surprised if the game kind of expects you to later on... I mean, it's relic hunting, right? To do some runs and repeat some missions to acquire better gear or so. Like some repetitive, but also some encouragement to play with friends and groups or so. Maybe. But that's just literally an assumption right now. Take the loot, some gold, cool. Can we go in there? No. There's the teleporter. Non-aggressive units. Wait, where? Some units will not attack you on sight. Units with a yellow HP bar are non-aggressive and will only attack if provoked. That seems to be an indication to a tower. Or maybe that was the outlaw. Maybe I could have talked to him. But he was red, right? Teleporter. Healing fountain. Did I actually attack someone who was non-aggressive?
Sure, why not?
Well, sure, why not? Well, that's my character, right? Maybe I was wrong. What is there? There's something looking.
Seriously.
There we go. I'm gonna shoot you. We're gonna move into cover then. Go, go, go. Cue him. Bzzzt. Like this. And keep shooting. We on... Aha! But I am safe here. Kinda, mostly. Just keep shooting. Easy. There we go. Good job. Nice, nice. Gonna pick up the loot. I wanna have all the loot. Okay, so far the combat. Mining deposit. Can't interact with this temple here. Chest. Thoroughly plundered. Yeah. How about the mining deposit? Some metal, sure. And it's depleted. Got it.
Let's get going.
Let's get going indeed. I don't care about this cacti. I would like to use this healing fountain again. Just in case. Healing up a bit. Come on. And let's go to the temple or this barrier here. Is there anything? I think I found all the loot there. I guess this is a barrier we can't get through. So far we also don't have a reason to use the teleporter. So into the temple then.
Sealed shut. My job here is done. Kayla's probably waiting for me already. Sure.
Oh, now this has been cleared. Never mind. We can go through, you know. Had to interact with that. Oh, there she is. Hey, I guess sister? I don't know. Oh, no. Enemies. Q? Maybe W was better. Well, it's too late now. Bzzzt. Okay, I really need to wait until I'm charged. This works. Keep shooting. And we're gonna use... how do I use this? Hit meter. I have the... I would like to use charge ground. There we go. Ha. I don't quite understand how to use this. But maybe that's just me needing to learn how that skill works. Doesn't feel that intuitive at least. Hey Kayla, how you doing?
Wakey wakey, sis.
Mel, I swear that if you...
Alright, fine. Save my jokes for later. Are you alright?
Yeah, thanks. These things are really good at hiding.
I told you. Should I lend you my immense strength and carry you home?
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Of course. How'd you put it? It's not every day someone ends up unconscious in a scorpion nest? Who would have thought that even my perfect older sister can make a mistake every once in a while? Shocking.
Go on, have your fun. When you're done, do you mind telling me if you found anything?
Just a lone angry scavenger. Nothing to talk about. Hey, let's check that last entrance and we're good to go.
Great. The sooner we return, the sooner I can get back to those ancient texts Dad got me.
Alright, now we have 2 characters, and they are brother and sister. Nice. Controlling the party. Select all characters by pressing the... I don't even know what that's called button, or holding the left mouse button and dragging the cursor over them. With multiple characters selected, each command issued will apply to all of them. To select a single character, click it with the left mouse button or press the corresponding key, 1, 2. Okay, that's where 1, 2 is used for the characters. Makes sense. Okay, I get this. So this kind of makes more sense. Also, we have, of course, more characters with more bar slots. So, yeah, okay, that kind of invalidates my earlier nitpick as well. Dang it, this game. How dare you? I want to have my nitpicks. Yep, unit at full strength. Let's... don't get in there, sister.
Come up, it's
Do this, and... Oh god, how this is gonna work. Let's shoot from here.
time to get our hands dirty.
Can you shoot from here as well? Yeah, go. Oh no, they enrage! Fire! Okay, you're gonna shock this guy then. Good job, fireball. You're gonna just keep shooting. Well, you will use ice bolts, I guess. Cast 3 ice bolts at enemies in a cone, each dealing 22 damage and inflicting 50 frostbite counter. Status synergy: if the target already has frostbite, inflicts freeze. Interesting, but I guess this is kind of cool. I cast magic missile. Oh, cool. Visually cool as well. Oh, now it pauses because I changed this. So we can read. So space is just going into tactical mode, and we can use this. Okay, never mind. I'm starting to understand this more and more, and also like this more and more. Mana shield protects the caster with a barrier that grants 62 magic shield and lasts for 7 seconds or until destroyed. When destroyed, the barrier explodes, pushing away all enemies with a 2 meter and inflicting knockdown. Cool. So please use this while you
Nothing's fun without risk.
maybe get rid in here. No, just keep shooting for now. Wait. I don't think you're on road. You can hit this, so wild blast.
What's that?
While you get out of there! Ah! Okay. Maybe I should... Oh, wait, from behind us! Well, so much for the cover there, but I really want to get this guy down. Maybe use charge ground here. Oh, that's the entire radius. I mean, this guy might still get close, so whatever, use it there. Oh, wait. Just shoot this thing, of course. Bam. Did it do something? Not sure. Okay, you help our sister, please. Use charge ground. Or just shoot this guy. Sure, why not? Use charge ground, please. I have it selected. You have the mana? Ah, whatever, Q. I don't understand the charge ground thing. I don't. Okay, can we hit those 2? Maybe with the magic missiles? Pew, pew, pew. I hit only 1. Sure. Would be nice to have a teleport. I'm not sure. You're standing back. She's taking a heavy fire right now.
Do it the hard
How about you just, yeah, go to cover. Run! She's in cover now. Okay, now back to 1. Charge ground. I would really like to have... I see the maximum range, but I don't see the area that gets affected, so... I mean, I have 50. Do I need to place it not on an enemy? I mean, it's always highlighting red here, so I could apparently have it here. Is this thing not still alive? No, it's maybe a new one. Now notice here. Yeah, I don't understand how to perfectly use this. It has a range, but it also needs to be cast close. Yeah. Everyone focus on this guy for the time being, please. Because we have a little bit of a problem. You can take a bit more of a punch. Mana shield. Okay, they're stinging. Okay. You go away. You shoot here. Defend yourself. Shoot this, please. Okay, made 20 damage to this. Cool. In a cone. Ah, no, run away, so maybe you can hit both. Oh man, she really needs help. Fire! Cone. Q. Whatever, just go. There we go, that worked. Who? Okay, heal up. There we go, team. Okay, cool. That was actually somewhat challenging. Oh, nice. Some good loot. Items and equipment. Yep, inventory. Finally, something to equip. Awesome. We have a Warhammer, which none of us use, even though it's magic. It's pretty good. I still want to have him in... Yeah, no, I really want to have him in... further away. So he needs to take more punches, actually, even though she has the mana shit. Oh no, decisions. Dodge chance, critical chance, power, elemental resistance. What is power? I don't know what power is, but you get the better pants. There we go. No, I can't select it on the character. That's sad. It's not necessary, but usually I like it when you can, you know, just drag and drop it on a character. But sure, let's drag it to the slot. The visual things do change though, right? Yeah. Just slightly, but they do. I like this. Okay, a little bit of an upgrade. Don't think we need any... Oh, these things are actually better. Yeah, you get these then. There we go. And that is fine. You don't really need the mace. Yeah. Okay. You don't have a level up, right? So nothing to do with the skills. Not yet, at least. Okay, move on. I just had a very tough encounter where I had to run around here in the corner and just barely managed to survive. And now to an off path. This is clearer than the main path where we had intended to go. Here we have to gather our party before venturing forth. But here on the side there's a treasure chest, and guarding that is a brood mother, a scorpion elite. I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to beat this, but I'm certainly going to try. Let's see. Let's start... Is this in range? No. So you're going to attack normally, while you're gonna start with the shock bolt. Let's go! And after this, both into cover, please! Oh wait, this should hit her when she's here. You're gonna use your ice bolts. Okay, this did explode. You will... Oh no! You have to run around! You keep shooting, you're safe. For now, I would really like to place this... Again, I don't understand... I'm just keep spamming my charge shot. Don't quite understand how that works, but it's gonna be fine. Good. Mana shield, why do you run in there? Why? What did I click that you run in there? Get out of there! Ah! Shoot! Oh, what is happening? You keep shooting. You Q. You also use your shock bolt. Keep up then. Okay. Funnily enough, our mage is our tankiest character so far. Last time my Malachi was so close to giving up. I'm surprised we managed to win that previous combat. And this was also quite engaging, but went well better than the other one. So, oh, nice. We have an Elven Stinger. Some very good loot. I hope. I mean, it's orange. It has to be good, right?
Then I pulled a gun at him and shot him right in the gut. That cheating good-for-nothing bastard got what he deserved.
Hey, who goes there?
More scavengers.
Boss, we've got company.
So I see. That's close enough, you two. We're not allowed to let any more archaeologists down there.
I think you mean archaeologists.
That's what I said.
And who's telling you not to let anyone pass?
The people who are paying us.
It's the Empire, isn't it? We've seen their outposts on our way here.
So, what are you gonna do if we try to go down there?
Calm down, Jeremy. He's just asking.
All you need to know is they're paying us to make sure no one's snooping around.
Moral choices lead to story branches that shape your journey. They alter your character's beliefs and will impact your ending. Okay, can I close this, please? Shouldn't I be able to close this before I make a choice? Come on! Not nice. Stand up to the bandits or strike a deal. I mean, we're paying them, but they seem like nice people. I was ready to fight for a boss fight, but man, Jeremy. You know, Jeremy. Okay, come on. Let's for once strike a deal. I usually I would never pay a ransom or so, like never pay bandits, but these guys are so nice. I'm gonna strike a deal.
You seem to be reasonable, guys.
What do
Oh,
you suggest?
How about you look the other way and we'll share the spoils with you? I'm sure there's enough loot to go around.
And it's probably worth way more than the Empire's money. They've surely underpaid you.
They always do. All right, you've got yourself a deal.
Come on, let's get out of here before the soldiers come back. We'll be seeing you later, though.
But Jeremy didn't say anything. Also, yeah, I skipped that one phrase because, well, this tutorial window.
There goes my drinking money.
You know it was the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I just hope they don't cause any more problems.
Yeah, you can worry about that later. We need to get down that ladder and make sure it's all secure in there.
Actually, we still have 32 gold, and I'm pretty sure we had 32 gold before that as well. Huh. Whoa! It's like Dark Souls. You can destroy the barrels by walking through. Yay! That's why the Dark is in the name. It's just another Souls game. We solved the puzzle. There we go. Look at this. Ding, ding. Walk in there. Yes! This is awesome. Oh, I like that. Level up. Your characters have leveled up. Dark Envoy uses a milestone leveling system, meaning that you always advance a new level in predefined moments, usually on completing a story milestone. So no XP for us, unfortunately. To gain new skills and attributes, press I to open the player menu and switch to the corresponding tabs. But there's leveling and milestone system. Sure, definitely a thing on tabletop RPGs. So let's have a look. Attributes and skills. Nice. What do I want to have? Oh, wait, a gun turret! Oh, as a skill, awesome. Also stun chance. Your attacks gain 10% chance to apply stun. That is just for a second, but man, that is pretty good. If you have like a weapon, maybe like the pistol, that attacks multiple times or very fast. I wonder if that works together with the ricochet ability of the pistol. But man, it's a gun turret, guys. It's a gun turret. You could also upgrade these other ones, I guess. Summons a stationary gun turret in the target location that lasts for 30 seconds. Costs 1 summon point, okay? Shoots a nearby enemy, dealing 5 DPS to its target. I mean, I have to select the turret. Of course I have to. Ah, man, this also takes mana. I would really like to have this upgraded. I mean, currently it's 5 more damage. I don't understand the charged field, unfortunately. Also, finally, oh no, the left side is the upgraded version, right? The right side is the one we have. Never mind. So we have Shock Bolt 1 to 3, but Charge Ground doesn't change in its tier ranking. Would be nice if it would either, you know, Charge Ground 1, 2, and 3 as well, or if Shock Bolt would also just lose this tier system. But have this consistent, please. Yeah, 10% stun chance sounds pretty nice. Let's take this. I accept. Thank you very much. Okay, attributes. We have 3 more points. Power seems kind of important for us because we really want to have more mana as well. Because we want to use our abilities. Or maybe mana region critical damage also sounds nice. After skills, cast increased critical. Maybe mastery is actually better for the engineer than it is for a mage now that I think about this. Power would have been better. More mana. So let's go all in here. 10 to power, which also gives us 10% more maximum mana. And he probably wants to go for mastery, right? Because that is mana then as well. Do you want to spend all 3 points there? Or maybe a little bit of endurance or speed? Dodge also sounds nice. I wonder if dodge plus 10 equals dodge chance for 10%. Maybe attack speed as well, given our... Yeah, I should have gone more for speed, for example. A little bit more mastery sounds nice. Oh man, this build is not specialized at all then. But a little bit of life steal, a little bit mana region sounds okay maybe. Skill power, I wonder how that affects AoE size, plus 50%. Yeah, that's also pretty good. Weapon skill. A little bit speed, attack speed. More here, and that's it. Sure, let's go with this. What kind of skill can she learn? Oh. Fire Apprentice or Weapon Overcharge. Every 10 seconds overcharges your weapon to deal 62.5% damage with your next attack. Ooh, very interesting as well, actually. Oh, and summons a fire golem. All the summoning, I love this. Of course I have to summon this. At the target location that lasts for 60 seconds, costs 1 summon point. Status synergy. The fire golem gains additional unit levels equal to the number of nearby enemies with an elemental status. Interesting. Fire golem follows its summoner and takes half the damage dealt to them. Ooh. Cannot be attacked directly. Oh, wow. Does after suffering 188 damage if in range attacks the same target as the summoner, dealing 12 DPS. kind of expensive. Do we want to immediately have like level 2? More damage, takes more damage, deals a little bit more damage. Or maybe the mana shield. 20 more there. Overcharging the weapon also sounds very powerful, actually. I also liked the ice bolts. Oh no. But the increase here doesn't seem to be that much higher. But the cost increases by quite a bit. Here the cost also increases. I mean, maybe a passive isn't too bad. I want to have the golem, but yeah, let's go with this. Of course, I just want to show you guys this. I would maybe play this a little bit different if I would play this privately, but sure. Let's go on and explore the temple a bit more.
Sounds interesting.
Can't say I recognize this place, sis. But the barrier still works, so maybe there's no cause for alarm.
Not so fast. They were supposed to be people down here, remember? Have a look through the barrier and see if it's quiet inside while I check the barrier console and make sure everything is in order. Let's see. All secure, but it seems to have been tampered with.
Hey, sis! There's someone through here!
We need to get in there and make sure they don't activate the Guardian construct.
Construct? This is that ruin? Why did you say so? Open the barrier already!
I'm going as fast as I can, Mel. Listen, you need to get out of here.
League reinforcements.
Wait, what? No, we're...
Die.
Well, that escalated quickly. Awesome. Threat. Wait, pause the game. Most enemies prioritize targets with the highest threat. They usually focus on characters that are the closest and deal the highest damage to them. Some skills may also generate increased threat. Fair enough. So we have 2 Imperial officers, a rifleman, and there's more in the back. This is a huge dungeon. Wow. I'm surprised. I like. Alright, I fought my way through the temple. Frankly, I skipped most of the side areas, so we might be a little bit under-geared. I wanted to show you guys now the final encounter, apparently against an ancient guardian. So I'm gonna wait a bit until I can summon all my fire elementals for her. Then we're gonna walk through the door and challenge this one and see if we can defeat our first boss enemy, right? Let's go to the ancient console. And let's see what this is about.
Shit, they've already activated it.
I don't think it's fully powered up yet. If we act quickly, we may be able to take it out.
If we go back for help, it could escape. A fully charged construct like this could destroy our city in minutes. Oh, fuck. You ready, Kay?
I've got your back, Mel.
Alright, boss fight time! I mean, I like how we walked up right in front of him. This one could destroy a city in minutes if we don't... Maybe keep some distance. So we have some Guardian black holes. I saw them before. There's our... Oh god, I don't know what to do. How about we start with the shock? You maybe mana shield just in case. Oh god, you're gonna take this, which is fine for the time being. We want to summon a turret. Get out of here! We don't need the ricochet. Oh, I used it anyway, huh? Well, might as well shoot some ice bolt. Go! There we go, it's frozen. Now, everyone, attack! All the damage on the enemy. Use shock as well. Pew! There we go. We have our fire golems that help as well. Turret there. Sure, try to freeze them again. Ice bolts! There we go, it worked. Dodge that. That shouldn't hit the other ones. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Alright, the beam. I think we're barely out of range here. Keep shooting. Oh, another turret. Yes, please. Turretception. Also out of range. Maybe there. Still use a mana shield just in case. Our mage is our tank right now. I love this. Okay, everyone just keep shooting. Okay, you dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge. And freeze him. Okay, or just deal damage. That's fine. Okay, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Shock. There we go. Oh, we get him. He's stunned. Okay, now all the damage in. Ricochet. I'm not sure if it matters. There we go. Shoot, 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 shoot. Attack. Ice. There we go. Come on. We did it. So much for the ancient temple.
It wasn't so bad.
It actually wasn't. We had some tougher fights going on.
Because it didn't have time to fully power up.
Fair.
We were lucky.
A win is a win, I always say.
I like our characters. Okay, let's go to the end of this temple and see what's gonna await us.
Is that a League soldier?
Yeah, it's a wounded one.
He's still alive.
We have some lore, alright. Treasure chest, yes, loot! Of course, the green one first. We have some ancient silk glass. Ooh, probably for a mage. And some normal loot, sure. Teleport unlocked. Hello, sir, how are you doing?
Are you alright?
I hope so. Gonna kill that bastard Jehan.
Jahan, the merchant from the City of Bones?
Yeah, he promised us we'd find ancient knowledge here. Must have sold us out to the Empire. Damn humans, always messing with things they do not understand. Deactivated the construct to blast through the barrier, but it turned against him.
Jahan sent you here? That money-grabbing backstabbing!
That's enough, Mal. The soldier's dead. We should inform Benedict when we get back. Leave Jahan to him.
He deserves worse than just sitting in a cell.
Benedict's in charge of the law back home, not you. And he's got guards to back him up. Just don't do anything stupid, alright?
Yeah, sure, sis. What is this place anyway?
It's an ancient archive. I've never seen one so well preserved. Looks like whatever powered up the construct also got it working.
Can you make any sense of it?
It's encoded. It would take me weeks, maybe months to decipher it all, but even at a glance, I can tell it's something big. There are a few mentions of the Revenants and some ancient weapon designs. I think the construct we fought was assembled in this very facility. Just think of what else we could find here. It's so exciting.
So it's all powered by this generator, right? That means we could rig it to short-circuit the whole network. Bye-bye Deathbot schematics.
We can't just destroy it. And this generator's been running for centuries, and it's still working. In fact, maybe if we remove it carefully, we could bring it home. Think what a change it can make to our city.
I get it. But we also know that the Empire and League know of this place. They may already be on their way. Breaking this archive is the only way to be sure all of this knowledge doesn't fall into their hands. We've already tried stealing it, and that machine we just fought would definitely not be used for a good cause.
Choose your path. Salvage the generator or destroy the archive. I mean, we're relic hunters, right? So we gotta salvage.
This knowledge may be dangerous, and we don't know what the future holds, but our city could use this energy right now. You know I'm right, Mal. Come on, let's get back to the city and send someone in here to recover as much as possible.
Right. I guess I do worry too much sometimes.
Come on, we've got to report back to Benedict.
Recall area. When you reach your mission's objective, the recall icon is unlocked. Click it to summon a recall area. You can use it to leave your current location. Once you leave, you will not be able to return to make sure you're done exploring before you recall. Well, there's still some left on the map, I know. But interesting. So, yeah, makes sense to have something like this, considering that this is also meant to be played in multiplayer. I have to admit, the dialogue started kind of corny, but I mean, it is better now. Maybe it was just the beginning that I got this corny impression. I like the dialogue so far. They really have a nice dynamic. The two voice actors are absolutely amazing. They are definitely the stars of the shows. Well, they're the main characters, so that's to be expected, hopefully. So that's amazing. Oh, granite access. Sure, there's some loot I missed some unique hand access. Oh, that would be amazing for warrior, I suppose. Let's do the recall then. And probably somewhat shorter mission. So far it feels like Baldur's... Yeah, let's leave the area. It feels like Baldur's Gate, like arcade Baldur's Gate in a way. I really like the combat. It is not as complex like in the old RPG times, so to speak. Yeah, confirm please. We have some stats as well, so there we go with the multiplayer component. But so far, at least, it depends, of course, on how much this is going to be improved and challenged. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show it to you guys, because in some combats I have been quiet. But some combats, some of those also have been very, like, or at least somewhat challenging in terms of positioning. So where I had a fight in a room pretty shortly before this boss fight, when I had enemies in front of me, then essentially second wave happened where they literally spawned behind and in the middle of us, and that was a thing previously with some scorpions as well, where you suddenly have to reposition, have to reprioritize, and have to think on your foot on how to work with all of this. So far at least, if this keeps up and challenges you more, I really enjoy this combat. With summoning, positioning, and playing this in a group might also be very fun, actually. Also, the City of Bones. I actually think I read the first book of that series, but this is a different universe, right? So this seems to be our hub, I suppose. Let's have a look at this before we go to the final impression, which... stay tuned for that a little bit later. City of Bones quest location. Our ancestors who built this city decided to remain within the walls forever. When our time comes, so will we. To watch over our children even in the afterlife. Counselor Harkin. Let's go. City of Bones. The denizens of the City of Bones have little interest in the current socio-political scuffle. Although, when the conflict eventually reaches the city walls, there will be enough carcasses to reflect the scope of their indifference. Merchant's Guild statement on the current political climate.
Hey, you piece of shit. Yeah, I know what you fucking did.
Really? What are you on about?
You sent some League lackeys to a ruin we sealed off, and then sold them out to be slaughtered by the Empire.
Ah, that was a nice little earner. So?
Kayla told me not to go. That Benedict would deal with it. But what's he going to do? Jahan did nothing legally wrong. But he put us all at risk for his own gain. Sometimes you just have to teach an asshole a lesson. No matter how much muscle he has with him. The smug son of a bitch knew the odds were in his favor. Too bad for him that I always fight for what's right. No matter the odds.
Okay, that came out completely of nowhere. I hope there's gonna be a build-up to that in the full game. That was just, what? We don't even know Jahan, and now, like, with the flashback and so...
Had to lock him up for the night. For his own protection. It could have gotten messy if the guards hadn't separated them.
Rise and shine, Malachi.
Kayla! My lovely sister. You are a sight for...
Get your stuff. We're leaving. Unless you're planning on staying for another night.
Listen, I'm sorry, Kay. For what it's worth, I'm glad it's you picking me up.
Don't worry, I covered for you. Mom and Dad think you've been partying.
You're a hero.
And you're an idiot. I've been worried sick. Jahan's thugs could have killed you if it wasn't for Benedict's men.
Hey, that's not true. I was just about to gain the upper hand.
No, you weren't.
All right. I admit, I may have been in trouble. Thanks, Ben.
Yes, thank you, Benedict. I know you have more important duties right now.
We've been through worse. You should talk with your parents, though. I'll meet you there.
That's the plan. Let's go, Malachi. Look present.
Yeah, got it. And thanks, Kayla. For real.
Don't mention it.
So there was one word cut off in the dialogue. There is a little bit, or I noticed that previously as well. Benedict, by the way, is just a level 1 warrior. What a pushover. Interesting that we can also explore the hub. I really like the environmental design. This is very beautiful. It would also be nice to be played in a quote-unquote classical RPG or CRPG. Look at this ship. Awesome. And I'm not even running this on maximum graphical fidelity. So I guess if you have an appropriate machine, just not that much as a potato like mine, this is gonna look a bit more fancy and more beautiful as well. And the dialogue was also, again, suddenly very corny. So back to that previous statement, so to speak. One thing I wanted to say, which I think I've stepped over, is, yeah, the lip synchronization with the voice acting isn't quite up on par. It's a bit too noticeable.
Now, who do we have here?
Jeremy!
Good to see you in good shape.
Time to catch up, don't you think?
Well, if it isn't our old friends from the ruins.
We're not your pals, boy.
Where's our share?
Ah, man, they are our friends. Of course we're gonna pay them. Now we have to pay, okay.
Here you go. I think we're even now.
Don't even think we have 100.
Now we're friends.
See? I told you they'd be good for it.
Yeah, I like this town. We might, hang around for a while.
It also seems, please correct me if I'm wrong, especially with these bandits, it kind of seems, and again I might be wrong, but the microphone quality, I'm not even talking about the voice acting, I'm talking about the recording quality, seems a little bit like compared to the main characters, and even between these three bandits, all five together, it seems to me at least very noticeable that the audio quality and the mic quality is a little bit over the place there. Might just be me though. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my notice. There's our friends. Nice. Jeremy! Jeremy! We can't talk to Jeremy. Worst game ever. Oh man, he's our best friend. Regardless, now we have traders, collectors, craftsmen, like in a typical CRPG. Kind of reminds me on Spellforce, luckily, funnily. And of course, it's kind of also our hub for the missions to come. I guess that would be what would happen now. We sell our stuff, get better equipment, maybe craft something, use some of these resources. I guess all these unique and legendary weapons are hopefully mostly just the thing for the demo so far, and that this is not going to be too inflationary throughout the game, like, oh, you have a bazillion unique things, but in the next dungeon they are all, you know, too weak and useless again. And we have at least these 1, 2, 3, 4 rarities already. So I hope the game isn't gonna be too too much English. There we go. You know what I mean? That's a thing. Usually in inventory management in CRPGs, I know it's not modern anymore, but I usually like to have instead of one item, one slot, I want to have an armor needs to have 4 or 6 slots, and a weapon, you know, like in Diablo 2, like in the Gold Ore games, in Baldur's Gate, and Soul Core. Why is this as big and is in my inventory as in Chestplate? I don't know. That always, for me, also, first off, it destroys the immersion a little bit. I like that. Maybe it's mostly personal preference, but also it makes it for me harder to have a sense of my inventory, frankly. It's way easier if they have different sizes to have a feeling for the inventory. And this is just a mesh. I keep noticing that. Again, might be just a me personal problem, but in every RPG that has all the items the same size, I am way more lenient and I don't focus nearly as much on the different items to optimize my builds. I'm just like, looking here. Okay, I'll take this. I spend less time in the inventory because I'm not as engaged. Because it's, for me, somewhat harder to focus on the different items. It's just all the mesh. And it feels, I don't know, it feels better if it has different sizes. But maybe I'm old school, you know, Baldur's Gate, Diablo, the original ones, the early ones back in the day, and even Resident Evil 4, for example. I don't know. That's just, I love that so much more. Specializations are coming out. I like the skills so far. I don't understand the charged ground. Sometimes it triggers, sometimes it doesn't. That's something that needs to be polished. Overall, this game certainly needs polish pretty much everywhere, but it's an early demo, so that's not too much of an issue. With the writing and the different cutscenes as well, I hope this is not the official start of the game, but just like kind of an in-between, because most of these things didn't quite mesh together all that well, like quote unquote. For example, this beginning introduction of this when we entered the town, that was just, that came out of nowhere. Yes, Jehan was kind of teased early on, but then we just keep punching him with a flashback. That was just kind of a mesh together. That was weird flow, honestly. But that's like the biggest nitpick I can give this game so far, like the pacing of these different short cutscenes and so on. There's crafting here, as we kind of expected. Enchanting. This game really has all this mechanics, because it kind of expects you to play multiplayer, but it seems like it can stand on its own. At least from this initial first impression, if you play the solo, you have your different characters. But with this in mind, with different characters and especially with a focus on multiplayer, so far, where are my skills? Where are the gameplay mechanics that emphasize team play? That's usually something I'm missing. So far, it's like, okay, we have this game, could be very well played alone, but it's usually, as so many things, it's more fun if you play it with friends. But also, you have the trade-off that you only have one character, maybe, or just a part of characters. So give me a gameplay incentive, give me some buffs that I can apply to my friends. I hope different classes, different class specializations, and more skills in the later levels give you that. So far, this is not much, but this is the base class, so I hope these will really give you way, way more. And also, passes, okay, that's fine, but give me things that I can apply to my friends, or like, you know, that there's team play involved throughout the skills. I don't see that right now. Maybe there is. Probably if you stack buffs, and I can see this like in pure damage potential, but maybe the grappling hook, maybe you can use this on a friend to pull them away from combat or something, you know, something like that. I kind of miss that, frankly. If you have such an emphasis on multiplayer, that would be nice to see. But regardless, I can still see this being fun. I mean, I'm playing this for close to 2 hours now, and that's usually a good sign. More polish, better flow. I hope the game is not going to be that corny overall, but on the other hand, the characters have a great dynamic, the two main characters. There's going to be hopefully more story, more lore going on. I really appreciate that. And so far it caught my interest. So yeah, a lot of nitpicks, but nothing game-breaking so far. I kind of want to. I don't know why, but no, I like this game. This is a huge good first impression so far. Everything that I mentioned hopefully will be improved, worked upon in the main game. I hope the experience, the quality of this, that's always kind of the trade-off of these first impressions. I hope that the quality that it showcased right now, if that can maintain throughout the entire game, it's going to be amazing. Or at least it's going to be great, and it's going to be very enjoyable. Of course, you don't know with how much grind with the missions maybe there's going to be, how much more repetitiveness. Why don't I say how much more? Maybe the later quests for the game are going to be repetitive. That's always something you can't tell from a first impression. And so far, this was a good impression. With the looting, how much grind is there going to be involved? Do you have to replay missions multiple times? Is it going to be boring? Are the skills eventually going to be too boring if you always have like only up to 5 or so? How can you mix and match? How many more characters can you get? How gonna they work? How are they going to work together? How is this going to be affecting with your different builds? Maybe you can respec later. How is the equipment going to work? How is the story going to incorporate this? How are they going to give different factions or at least different decisions have an impact? How are the quests are going to be? So far, it seems to be kind of action and arcade going orientated. Because, gameplay makes sense to just have a map, blast together, have some story there for multiplayer. But how is it gonna be? Do you have some different towns where you have to have like actually well-written quests where you have to decide and work with different characters, like in my opinion, like in the typical good old RPGs? Or is this game going to rely mostly on this dungeon crawling and mostly like action orientated? We just go there, defeat stuff, destroy stuff, which is fine as well, but it's a different style of game, which I think it leads toward that, but that's something that remains to be seen in the main game. That's just something I want to have there, put out there. That's not a rating at all. That's just a thought that, I like the good old Baldur's Gate. This is somewhat different. The question is, how much more different is it throughout the game? Is kind of what I'm putting out there with my expectations so far. But what I've played, I enjoyed. I like the character dynamics. I like the voice actors. These two characters so far, even though they're very corny, they are very corny. Let's just put it out there. But I like them. I want to see where their adventure goes. I want to see where their skills goes. I want to see what they suffer through, what they overcome, and how their ending is going to be. I'm intrigued. So yeah, The question is now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think so far of this game? What do you think of my presentation of this game? Please let me know. I'm always interested. Maybe I missed something. Critique to me as well is always very much appreciated. And as always, you guys have 2 homeworks now. First off, stay awesome. Second off, please share this with a friend, mind you. And we're gonna see each other right across at the next video, right? Awesome. Bye-bye.